We're here at the OMAX training lab, and I've been asked to talk a little bit about our EnduroMAX Pump. We have exclusively offered direct drive pump technology for close to 30 years. We're on our 5th generation direct drive pump, and I'm here to talk a little bit about it, its efficiencies, how easy they are to rebuild, troubleshoot, and how they work. All right, let's talk a little bit about what makes up the EnduroMAX direct drive pump. I'm going to take this cover off, show you what's on the inside. We offer a 30, 40, 50, or 100 horsepower electric motor. These run off of a 460 to 483 phase power. That electric motor belt drives a crankcase. Inside of this crankcase is a crankshaft, 3 connecting rods, and 3 ceramic plungers. This is the wet end of the pump that you would rebuild approximately every 1,000 hours, running at 55,000 psi. Underneath here is a charge pump. We take inlet water, real small amount. We only use about a gallon a minute of water. Comes into that charge pump, gets pressurized to about 175 psi, comes through 2 filters, a 1 micron and a 0.45 micron filter. Comes out of those 2 filters into a distribution block. 6 lines coming off the distribution block. 3 of them go to check valves on the wet end, and then 3 of them we use a little bit of that pressurized water for cooling and lubricating. There's a coolant housing here that keeps that ceramic plunger and our dynamic seal cool and lubricated. That cooling water gets recaptured and comes back down in here to the white tank. So again, real efficient. We only use about a gallon a minute of water when cutting. There's a little bit of oil in here that keeps the crankcase lubricated. And then in the back here, we'll open up this cabinet. We'll show you we use an ABB variable frequency drive. How do we control pressure? We control pressure through RPM. The higher the RPM, the higher the pressure. Rebuilding takes about 2 hours to do a major rebuild on these. We train you how to do that. The first one is on us. We come to your facility and do the first pump rebuild. Not a lot of components in here in the wet end. We're going to show you that in a minute. As far as troubleshooting, real easy to troubleshoot. You simply, over a period of time, will have to increase the RPM to maintain a certain pressure. You'll get to a certain set point and you'll know that you're getting close to having to do a rebuild. Okay, this is our electrical cabinet. Again, 460 to 483 phase power comes into here to drive the motor. We use a step-down transformer here that supplies power and signaling to our controller. And we use a real durable ABB variable frequency drive. Again, we control the pressure by controlling the RPM. Okay, we're going to take apart the wet end here. This is the business end of the pump. There's a high pressure fitting that comes off of here that goes to a manifold mounted on the top. You loosen that, take that off. There are 4 bolts that are torqued that you would remove. Slowly again. This is the manifold. This is the check valve. There are 2 check valves. I'll take one of these apart. These get replaced every rebuild. There's a little ceramic ball and a seat here. Those simply get replaced. There's no lapping of the check valves. This is our cylinder. Inside the cylinder is a liquid displacer. And then this is that coolant housing I was talking about. Again, we take a little bit of the 175 psi water. It comes into this coolant housing. It cool and lubricates. This is the ceramic plunger that's attached to the connecting rod. And then here's the only soft seal in the entire pump. This is a dynamic seal. Here's our coolant housing. Again, water comes in here, floods keeps the cylinder, or keeps the plunger and the dynamic seal cool and lubricated. And then this is a backup ring. Offers stability for that ceramic plunger. And I think it's worth noting, all of these replacement parts are manufactured right here at OMAX headquarters here in Kent, Washington. It starts with 15.5 stainless steel. We heat treat it. We have 3 heat treat ovens over in building 2, so we heat treat it. It then gets machined, honed, and mandrelized, and that part then ends up turning into the cylinder. Thanks for taking the time to understand a little bit more about our pumps. I hope this was helpful. If you want to see any of our pumps in action, feel free to visit us here at OMAX or at any one of our trade shows. Please reach out to us on our website. Thank you.